Hi lovelies, this is Sheree from Divine Visions. I'm bringing you a pick a card reading today. This is called Does He or She Miss Me? And it's for those of you in separation with your loved one. So I'll give you a moment to focus on the cards. We've got reading 1, reading 2, reading 3 or reading 4, and you can choose more than one if you wish to. So if you chose reading 1, we're going to have a look at what's going on with your person, see if they are missing you. The first card is based on their energy right now, or the main theme that they're going through. So they're looking at self-love right now. This is maybe a reason why they've pulled back. Maybe they haven't been really respecting themselves or valuing themselves in some way, or they've never really learnt to love themselves. So it is a time for them being able to withdraw. And some of you might have gone through this thinking the other person's being selfish, and if that's the case, then this person's really not learning self-love in the right ways. There's a difference between being selfish and being able to love yourself and be the best person that you can be for other people as well. So if this person wasn't the best for you in this connection, it was possibly because they weren't loving themselves. And this might be something that they're actually doing now whilst in this time of being apart, is really looking within, giving to themselves now. Something like, it could be healing energy. They might be going off and just really finding themselves and taking a break from all toxic kind of energies around them and other people. What's it called? People pleasing. Like if they've been a people pleaser in the past, this is something that they might be withdrawing from and learning to just really balance out their energies right now. So let's have a look at the good tarot, which is the Queen of Fire reversed. This could be an Aries, Leo or Sagittarius that you're dealing with, or this may be you. And being reversed, it shows me that this person is perhaps not being generous, because this is an energy that comes through as very generous. It's very warm. It's somebody who's holding the candle, the light, the flame. And it feels to me that being reversed, this person isn't actually extending this out to you at this stage, because they're in this energy of self-love, having to withdraw and focus on themselves. They're not necessarily being able to focus and put attention onto you or other things right now. I feel like they really need to be able to find this energy, this passion within themselves once again, and get themselves back on track. Now let's see what else is going on. We've got the Psychic Tarot for the Heart cards. This is the feeling alone. They are feeling very alone. They're feeling very rejected in some form. Whatever happened in the connection has caused them to withdraw, and they are, they might have been the one to end this as well. So you'll know which one this fits into, but the feeling that they're going through right now is that, yes, I do feel they are missing you. I really do. I feel like that, yes, they're not able to, for whatever reason, extend this out to you right now. They're focusing on themselves and trying to come into a more gentle kind of an energy, more compassionate energy, but also feeling very alone, very lonely, very sad, especially at night time. They're looking at the moon and the stars and they're thinking of you, I feel. Now, there is this lantern here as well that's kind of like the light showing them the way. But, this person does have some very dark times within the night times especially. I feel like there's a lot of missing you, thinking of you, but knowing for whatever reason they're not ready to come forward yet. So the Psychic Tarot says there's an emotional loss here. Oh my God, this falls in line with this one, doesn't it? Feeling alone, they're both 5s, okay? So represents a lot of change internally going on within their material world, but also their emotional world. So even around them right now, they might have people around them, but still feel quite lonely. They're feeling like there's a void, there's something missing in their life, and it's possibly you. I do feel like there's this sadness, like a feeling of sorrow, a feeling of regret, but a feeling of having to pull back and make themselves better. Better themselves in many ways. and they've got to grow in themselves. There was immaturity in this connection, so they have to emotionally grow, and they are at a point of self-awareness with that self-love. They're coming into it, they're realizing their own feelings, they're realizing your feelings in this as well. They may not necessarily know what to do with it, but they're aware, which is a really good thing, and they're sorry. You know, this is the card of being regretful and in grief and feeling rejected, feeling alone, feeling left out in the cold, feeling like, oh, I fucked up, basically. So that's what they're feeling. And look at this, sacred sexuality. They are definitely feeling the loss of this connection on the physical level. They're missing you. They miss your physical body. They miss your laughter. They miss, you know, touching your hair. It's that kind of thing. They're really reminiscing in this time space, like in this time apart, I feel, about the sacred sexuality. Because you guys, when you had the chemistry and everything, it was very special. Now, what they want to say to you is, I need space right now. So it could be that, you know, if you are contacting them, they may just need that time to grow in themselves, to heal, to move forward in their own kind of life, to grow stronger, and to learn the lessons along the way too. So sometimes when we have space from each other, it makes the heart grow fonder, but it also, it does make the heart grow fonder, but it also enables us to be able to look at things from a different perspective, and this person needs that right now. So, wow, okay. So this card here, we said before, could be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries is coming up really strong. So it's either yourself or the other, or it's the energy they're coming into. It's bold, impulsive, pioneering. So let's see what the next card is with this, because this is somebody that takes action, which is so interesting, because this is saying, well, I'm receptive and I've got passive receptive kind of energy. They're more in their feminine, and it feels to me that they need to withdraw, they need space to heal, but this is such an extroverted energy. This is saying, let's go for it. So I want to see what the change is here. What do they want to go for it with? All right, so heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. I feel like this person wants to come forward to you. So yes, they're missing you, but it's about the right time, I feel, for them to be able to feel that they can actually come to this point of having a mature conversation with you without it being flaring up, you know, into this huge thing, or one giving the other the silent treatment, or backing off, or misinterpreting things. It's about being able to get to a mindset within themselves where they feel confident enough and bold enough also to just jump in and have this connection and conversation with you. So what's your special message here? Is forgiveness. So stop focusing your energy on past events, for life is too precious to waste. You create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. So this goes for both of you. This is about you forgiving this person for past wrongdoings, and vice versa. And I feel like they're in the middle of trying to forgive themselves for something as well, because there is an emotional loss. They do feel like they've stuffed up in some way, I feel. And they want to come forward and have this conversation with you and make things right, I feel. So this is just amazing. It's a very strong kind of heavy energy with the sadness in their heart chakra. They miss you on all sorts of levels here. They miss having conversations. They miss the laughter, because it feels like you guys were best mates too. You know, that's the kind of feeling I'm getting here. So there is a need to forgive. And I do feel in time you will have contact again and be able to learn more, you know, from the situation and possibly reunite. So I hope that's helped you. So if you chose reading number 2, this is going to be the person's energy that we're looking at, okay? So help from above. This person, I feel, is feeling hopeless. They're feeling helpless, and they're praying for a higher intervention. And we see the waves here, the water, which is quite turbulent. It's not very calm energy at all. And the angel, well, she's not really an angel, but I call her an angel, is standing in the waves. And it could be symbolic of this person standing in the waves where everything's going chaotic around them. And they're just trying to really stand tall through it all and stand strong. And we've got the full moon, which can represent coming to that point of where things have you know, it's time now for things to manifest, and they've come full cycle, and it's a time for release and surrendering to what is. So this person's learning this, but they're also requiring some help from above to get them through this somehow. And just one more thing, I feel too that the 2 and the 7 represents, like it adds, I should say, to a 9, which is the end of a cycle for some in numerology. And it represents completion, and it represents the need to sacrifice things in life as well sometimes. So, and it's a solo path as well. So this person is on their own going through this stuff. We've got the good tarot, the 9 of fire, which shows that they're hanging in there. Okay, so they're not necessarily giving up, they're requiring help from above, and they're hanging in there, and there's another 9. So it shows me that this person in the tarot, the 10 would be the end of the cycle. So they're required to take a break from pushing too hard. They have to sit back and just allow things to be, recover for a little bit. Maybe they were pushing too hard in this relationship for things to work, and they've got no choice now but to sort of step back and sit back and just plan, you know, till they're able to get on their feet again and continue and persevere. But let's have a look at the other card, the Psychic Tarot. Yeah, so the new vitality here is definitely what it's saying. It's a new form, it's a new path, it's new courage, it's new passion, it's new energy and new inspiration. And being reversed, this person's losing this inspiration, hence why they're requiring help from above, because it's out of their hands now, it's out of their control, and it feels like for some of them that they are losing faith in the connection, losing energy. Even though they're trying to hang in there, they are losing this energy in this because they've been putting a lot of focus in one particular area. Now, let's see what else comes up with this. Yeah, so we got the waiting game reversed. Okay, so this person's waiting and waiting, and usually this would be a very different meaning in the traditional tarot, but it's interesting it's saying the waiting game. And what this shows me is that this person is being reversed, and it comes straight after the number 1 here as well, is possibly, it's almost like they've given themselves a deadline. Like, okay, if one more chance, if it doesn't happen after one more chance, I'm walking away. That's the kind of feeling that they're at right now. If I don't see something or see change, I'm going to walk away. That's the feeling there. But we've got spring blossoms. So there is this, this potential for this person to really bloom and blossom, and for this relationship to bloom and blossom. I do feel straight away looking at these cards, this person really does miss you. They just don't know what to do at this stage, like regarding taking action or fully withdrawing. They're just not sure. They're kind of like in the middle, and that might be why you're feeling like, is this happening or not? You know, what's this person doing? Some of you don't even know. They've really just withdrawn and pulled right back, and you might not even be aware that they're feeling these things. So springtime could also represent, you know, around spring for you guys, no matter where you are in the world, around springtime is where things are going to start changing and blooming and blossoming perhaps in this connection. But I want to see what the other cards are. What do they want to say to you? Oh, wow. Okay, so they're saying it's not your fault. So they may have pulled away and blamed you. There might have been a blame game going on here, where they were pointing the finger at you and feeling that, being aware that, you know, they might have stuffed up somewhere along the line, you know, everybody can do it, and not apologized for it. You know, there might have been this stubbornness and what came across as arrogance in this connection. And they're basically saying, it's not your fault. I recognize that it's not just your fault. Or I recognize my own faults in this. And it might be hard for them to really still at this stage come to terms with that and actually come forward with that, you know, acknowledgement and being able to own their stuff right now. It's like they're requiring strength and courage from above to come in and help with breaking the ice or whatever it is that they need to do. Now, this person could be a Libra, Could be you or the other person. But even if you're not, it's just the energy saying that there's, you know, cooperation, partnerships, it's peaceful energy. There's like a balance in this. So it can actually get to this point where it is really balanced out. You know, there's a quality in this connection. I don't feel like it's over, you know, fully for good. I just feel like this is a like a bump in the road sort of thing. Like there's an obstacle to overcome between the two of you. And it can be done. I do feel like it can be done. Now, this card says unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. Now, I don't believe that. I believe, well, for some of you, you might think, well, yeah, it's over. I don't really, you know, don't really want this anymore with this person. But what I get mostly with that is that this person feels that you have gone cold, or that you don't love them, or that you're not reaching out to them. They're wondering what you're feeling, and this could possibly be why they're not actually taking a step forward to you right now, because they might have hurt you so much or pushed you away so much that you're now cold to them, you know, not giving them much, not talking to them. What's your special message? So close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful. You can allow joy into your life, regardless of the circumstances you currently find yourself in. So both of you have kind of like punished yourselves, and you've punished each other in some form. So whether it be just shutting off to that person, blocking them on social media, or just not wanting anything to do with them, cutting them off quickly out of your life. For some of you, it does feel like a clean cut, like very, very fast, without forgetting all the details. You know, it was a reactive kind of energy here. But you know, you need to know that you deserve to feel joyful, regardless of what's going on here, and so do they. So it's about being able to realize too that when you guys recognize the true love that's really there, it is very joyful. You know, and to overlook this, you know, sometimes it can be overlooked through all the pain and the hurt and stuff that goes on here. But to me, it feels like a huge misunderstanding as well in some aspects. So it's just about being able to communicate well together and being able to find that peace in the partnership and cooperation. But this person needs to be able to take a step forward, and they need to find the courage to do so. And it may just be that they need to know, you know, that you forgive them as well. That could be something that can help move this energy. So I hope that's helped you. Hi guys, if you chose reading number 3, we're going to have a look at the person's energy, your loved one's energy, what's going on with them. So we've got the inner child. So this is their inner child. This is somebody who's probably pained, who's had an abusive past, or some kind of rejection or abandonment issue. And it could represent that in the connection, they do revert back to being like, you know, reacting out in like a childlike manner. It could be immaturity coming through because there's a wounded child there. And they're seeking out truths, and they're still trying to learn on their journey about why they do this, because I do feel like they go within and they kind of like sulk in the corner, you know. It's almost like feeling bad and feeling ashamed for how things ended up and how they react to things. Let's see what's going on here with the good tarot. So this could be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius that you're dealing with, or you could be one. And it's interesting that we've got like a fatherly role here, so there could definitely be father issues here for this person. Whether it be a male or a female, your loved one, it's definitely a fatherly issue. So whether there was a father who was, you know, MIA, basically missing in action, somebody who's just been absent from their life or hasn't been a good father to them, definitely shows this coming through. They might also have very strong issues with being able to stand up and be that authoritarian in their life, and being able to be strong but also generous. They don't necessarily find the balance. They find it very difficult to be able to be in control. And, you know, whether it be that they're a male or female, it's like coming into that masculine type of role and taking control of their life. So we are getting to the if they're missing you or not, guys, but this is just the part of it, the first part of it. I do feel a deep love here, but I also feel deep hurt. And this person can be very passionate, but they can be very angry, quick-tempered. They can be very quick to anger. Now, I did do that right, yeah. So the moon reversed, it's all about confronting once again, this is interesting that this came up, the inner child once again, the secrets behind the veil, what is hidden inside, because there could be many layers of hurt and pain from the past that's affected this connection as well. And we all have an inner child and we all have our own past pain and stuff like that. But this person seems to have had a really wounded one. And being reversed, it feels to me that this person may not necessarily be ready to confront these issues. I do feel like they miss you very much. I do. I get this very strong energy here. But it could be like a clinginess sometimes, like they feel like they can't live without you. Or, you know, it's a hard energy to think of, because one minute they're withdrawing and they're rebelling and lashing out and then hiding away and sulking and crying or whatever, you know. And then it is a wounded child. And then we've got the inability to be able to confront their issues right now. But I definitely get a strong missing you. I do. I feel like they're just reacting from that wounded place. Now, let's see the psychic tarot. Yeah. Patience and planning is something that they need to do. They still need to go and seek counseling or see somebody to help them with their growth, their inner growth. It's going to take some time, you know, for them to be able to become strong in themselves and to accept parts of themselves that they need to heal. So, yeah, it does take some time, patience and planning, and it just really depends on if you're willing to wait for this. Sometimes it can take people years to go through this healing process. Sometimes if you're able to, you know, if you're a supportive person who's quite a strong person and can deal with the ups and downs, then this person can learn to still stand on their own feet and be independent in their own healing journey, but have you as a support system. So that can happen as well in some cases. This person definitely needs a strong person in their life to set boundaries, that kind of thing. But there's no doubt that they miss you. I do feel that they're very sorry for how things have gone down. Wow, this is amazing. I forgot this was even in here. So within 3 years, so, you know, this could take within 3 years to, depending on what work they do on themselves and how intensively it's done, it could take up to 3 years for them to really work on themselves and grow and become more healed in themselves, and for this relationship perhaps to grow and to improve. What do they want to say to you right now? I really do care, because I feel like there's been some harsh words spoken and maybe you're lashing out, as we saw the quick temper coming up. But they want you to know they really do care. Like, they do love you, I feel, and they might have come across as like that they hate you or that they just don't like you or don't want to be around you, but it's the inner child stuff that's lashing out. It's not even really you. Not saying you haven't done anything, because sometimes it can take two to tango in a relationship, but the main wounds are from a past. All right, let's have a look what else. So beauty and attraction, there is no doubt that there's chemistry and beauty and attraction, like you are very attracted to one another. This person's really attracted to you. But it doesn't just stop there, you know. It's like this is a deep connection as well. This person feels very deeply about things. So this is very strong. The attraction is still there for you. And you deserve love. You are lovable. You both deserve love, whether it be with each other or moving on with someone else. You both deserve love, you know. That's a very strong message that comes through here. That I feel like this person wouldn't really necessarily want you to move on, because they are still very attached to you. But they know that, you know, if you have to move on, this is where they start to feel bad. If you need to move on and find someone else, then that is what is the best thing for you. You know, they would really want you to be happy at the end of the day. What is your special message? It is important right now to take a step back and spend some time alone. Instead of placing your focus on another, now is the time to give to yourself. Now, this is for both of you, especially for this person, but it could also be for you as well. So it is important to have this space and this time apart, because you can't focus on one another too much right now. There's a time for healing right now, and a time to cocoon oneself in this green healing light and really give to oneself right now. But there is no doubt that this person loves you. They really do care, and they do miss you. It's just a healing journey that's needed right now. So I hope that's helped you. Hi guys, if you chose reading number 4, I'm going to have a look at this person's energy. Wow. Okay, so this person's in a real place of sadness right here. This is self-explanatory, really. You know, this person's feeling quite heartbroken. This might have been something very raw, just recent between the two of you. There's a heavy sadness with this person. They're in grief. Wow. Okay, so the 9 of Air reversed. This is somebody who's feeling very anxious, very stressed, very worried. Being reversed, it can represent insomnia, depression, headaches, that kind of thing, migraines. This person's staying up late at night and going over it and over it in their minds as to what went down, okay? They're in a very sad place. I don't know if you have contact with this person or if you see them on social media or whatever it is. They might be putting up a mask for the outside world, but there's a strong sadness with this person and a mental stuff going on here too, like in their mind. This is not just in their heart space, but this is in their mind space. So it's really, at the moment, they're really having like a dark night of the soul kind of thing going on here. Yeah, so we've got the, the High Priestess. So they're trying to listen to their instincts here, their gut instinct, their inner wisdom, their higher self. But it can be very hard if they're in a darker place within themselves right now to have that clarity. And also it feels to me that they're hiding in the shadows rather than being extroverted out there in the open. They might just be hiding away at home. They may not necessarily want to deal with people or socialize or anything like that. It feels like this person's definitely on their own. There's a number 9, which is a solo journey. And just really feeling quite down in the dumps right now. So this person is hiding in the shadows and they're observing. I feel like they're observing you, maybe on social media. But there is like a kind of like sitting back and waiting and watching. So let's see what the next card is. Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember this now. So this is the High Priestess again, but it came out reversed. So it's so weird that this is upright and this is reversed. But what it tells me is that this person is just sitting back, hiding in the shadows, looking at you, waiting and watching, you know, observing. And this person is not necessarily receiving the clarity or the psychic insight as to what to do with this dilemma they're in right now. So, no doubt about it, they miss you. They're heartbroken. And they're feeling extreme mental anguish around this. And they really love you. They might have been at a point in time where they were falling in love or re-falling in love with you again. Like, just feels like at the point that this broke up, they were really feeling this was like a beautiful connection, falling in love. Somebody's been blindsided here, okay? So it could have been yourself or this person, but somebody feels maybe you weren't on the right level as each other at the time. Like maybe they fell in love faster than you and you weren't ready, or whatever it is, whatever the circumstances are, this person is definitely going through some crisis right now, and it's really affecting this, but I feel like they are actually in love with you. What do they want to say to you? Seeing you triggers past pain within me. So in other words, it's painful, even if they are watching you on social media, whatever they're doing, because I get this person going over old text messages or old emails or something, or old photographs of you and them together. or even of yourself, and it's really painful for them, but they're kind of like doing that, and they're going over things, and just there's a lot of tears here. But seeing you is triggering this stuff within them, this pain, okay? And in some ways it can be good because it's coming to the surface and they're releasing it, but other times it can just go around and around in a cycle that they just can't seem to get out of. So you're not alone, just so they need to know they're not alone. They can seek counselling if they need to, because they're quite deep in this, like it's quite deep. They don't know how to sort of get out of it. Express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. So I feel like this person wants to come forward and actually tell you how they're really feeling with the falling in love thing, and just really feeling bad about something. You know, they might have done you wrong or something, but there's a definite heaviness on the heart chakra, and it could be a message for you as well, that if you really want to step forward and tell this person how you truly feel, now's the time. What is your special message together? Look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. Now, no joke, this person seriously is so in love with you. Like, they're deeply in love with you. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a twin flame connection. It's that freaking intense. So that's what it feels like here. But look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. I feel like you're also sending out your love to this person, even through all the pain and the anger and the cutting off one another or whatever it might be. There's still a deep love between the two of you. It's very strong here. And there just needs to be a time, you know, it takes time to process the feelings and to heal, you know, healing. I mean, time is everything. It's really, time is the biggest healer, as they say. And, you know, in time, I do feel like you guys could just in baby steps start having contact again, or start reaching out and just trying to make it right. But while everything's really full on, because this person's going through cycles of anger and torment, and there's some kind of a jealous feeling here. I'm not sure if there was an infidelity or if there was just jealousy issues or whatever it is, but this person's got a lot of insecurities and they just need to know they're loved. That's what I'm feeling here as well. So both of you need to know you're loved. You need to express your love to each other. Someone hasn't done that to the fullest degree here. So that's what's going on. So I hope that's helped you guys.